Ellen realised that there was water coming through the roof. She screamed upstairs, Fab, there's water coming through the roof. They left it a mess. Wrappers, there was bits of pipe,
a bottle of
screws. The plumbers did a shit job, didn't they, of this? If you are moving into a new build, make sure there's no...
The wiring is just all...
Yeah. Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video. This one has been highly requested, so we thought we would cover what to look out for when you're moving into a new build. Now, if you're new to this channel, we've been in this house, which is our very first house, for what, 6 weeks?
Yes, and it's a new build.
Yeah, it's a Taylor Wimpey new build and it is a Beckford and we absolutely love it, don't we? Now, before we get into the points, we are not slating our developers Taylor Wimpey at all. They've been nothing but help, haven't they? They've been really great.
Yeah.
But inevitably, when you buy a new build, you are going to come across problems, and we had heard lots of horror stories, haven't we? We've both heard stories about structural problems, and luckily, touch wood, we've had none of that. But we have had lots of little issues, and we've had that issue that we had that could have been catastrophic, could have been really bad. So if you're in the process of buying your first house, I hope these tips help you. And if you enjoy the video, please drop a thumbs up and subscribe.
But also, this isn't to put you off buying a new build.
No, this isn't to put you off, it's just a guide.
Yeah, I think it's total preference for what you want.
So, when you move into a new build, you should have a person who's called a snagger, who's part of the development team or whatever. Do they work for Taylor Wimpey?
Are they called a snagger?
Are they? Professional snagger? Top snagger. So you should have someone who's part of the development company who will do your snagging for you before you move in, and what that means is they go around the house and they look for any little things or any big things that could go wrong with the house or aren't up to the quality standard, and they will mark that, and it should all be sorted before you move in. But then you get a month to look around the house for any little marks, anything that's gone wrong, any problems that you come across, and you can raise this as your snagging list, and then they will sort it for you free of charge, obviously. Outside of that, you get structural cover as well, don't you?
For 10 years.
Was it 10 years? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the same with all developers, but we got 10 years. Just in case anything happens. I'm hoping nothing happens to us. But now we've probably jinxed it.
No, touch wood,
yeah.
It doesn't.
So we're going to go through some of the things that we come across. So obviously you've got your little bits, like we had bits of messy plaster around. We had a couple of little pencil marks where they hadn't painted.
Little chips here and there. Yeah, like pencil marks from where somebody had been around and snagged.
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah,
then
they hadn't been painted.
And then that had been missed. But Taylor Wimpey were great and just came in within days.
Yeah, literally within the first week of us being moved in, they were knocking on the door every single day and sorting out jobs for us, which is really good. And
just checking how you were. Like, I don't know if every developer does that, but the builders would always just come and knock on the door and just check like how we're doing.
Yeah, they were really nice.
See if we wanted anything doing that they could help us with.
Yeah,
they were really good actually.
So we had things like where the bathroom floor joined onto the hallway floor, we were missing our floor divider, weren't we? And it was just messily cut, so we raised that. We also had another annoying one, was the bath panel upstairs kept falling off.
It like
kept
slid
dropping
down, didn't it? So it slid down, which means then it kept popping out. So like the front of the bath was like falling off. Every
time you would like touch it or go in the shower, it would fall off, and they came and sorted it out twice and it kept happening, but eventually they managed to fix it. And we may as well tackle the biggest one that we had, which could have, and also my hoodie's gone.
The camera's just died, so
we've just had our tea. Took my hoodie off. We've had our tea. The camera died. It's all going to shit. Ah! So, are you ready? So one of our friends was using our shower. This was when you were allowed to have people over. If Boris Johnson's watching this, just in case I know he watches this, shout out Bozza. Someone was in the shower, right? And Ellen realised that there was water coming through the roof. She screamed upstairs.
I ran upstairs and basically just ripped the front of the bath off. This was just after they'd fitted it.
Was?
Yeah, I ripped it off because the leak was underneath the bath from the plug, so we had to like put a towel there. Fast, basically, because it was coming.
Yeah, we were shitting ourselves because it was damp. Right, luckily it didn't soak through. It wasn't dripping. And it was starting to travel across the ceiling, so we were like, oh my god! Fucking hell, it looks like it's still getting worse. Jesus Christ. We were straight onto the phone to Taylor Wimpey saying, oh my god, you need to come and sort this now. It was a Sunday, and this bloke came out, he didn't actually fix it. So he told us we've got little minute cracks in our bath where the water was coming through. So we explained this to Taylor Wimpey. They were like, that is weird, that's never happened before. They actually sent out someone else then. They came and looked and they said that basically the waste pipe wasn't fitted properly. It was the overflow and the waste wasn't fitted on properly. So basically the plumbers did a shit job and they left it a mess, right? Underneath our bath there was like wrappers, there was bits of pipe,
a bottle, a
screws.
Coke bottle.
They'd left it an absolute mess, and that is one of the things we were really annoyed about. But again, that's not actually Taylor Wimpey's fault. That's the contractors, the builders, the plumbers who they had on site. But I guess Taylor Wimpey employed them, so technically it is their problem. If you are moving into a new build, test out the bath, make sure there's no leaking, have a shower, not a bath. I mean, they told us to have a bath, but we're kind of lucky that it wasn't a bath that we realised it was leaking, because it would have obviously been a lot more water and that could have ruined our ceiling. Apart from that, we also noticed little things like where our sink was, the draining board was scratched quite a lot.
Just from
obviously,
where stuff...
It's like tools, it must have been, where they're putting tools and stuff like that. And also our kitchen cupboard, the hinges had ever so slightly like put little cracks, pressure cracks in the door. So they fixed that for us.
They've replaced them.
Yeah, they replaced that. Another big thing with the sinks, the plumbers did a shit job, didn't they, of this? The sinks weren't holding water. They would hold it for like 30 seconds and then it would just drain.
I put my brand new Flora in the sink to make it the thing, and I turned around and it had gone. It literally sunk. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Other things, we had the guttering was leaking a tiny bit. That was an really easy fix. Yeah.
They fixed that on the day we moved in.
On the day we moved in. Yeah.
They were in sorting stuff out.
Yeah. And the shed. Our house came with a decent sized shed, which is good, but there was a crack in the window in the glass, and also it didn't have a lock on it, which I don't actually think they fit straight away. We raised that and they put a nice little doorknob on the shed for us, and changed the glass. So
doorknob.
It's a doorknob, isn't it? It is a doorknob.
That's so funny.
What?
A doorknob.
It sounds weird on a shed, doesn't it?
A doorknob.
Yeah, I think that's all of the issues we had. A majority of them are really small and easily fixable and expected, but things like the bath, like we didn't know to look out for it to be leaking. You just assume that they've done it properly. The sinks. And these are things that you're not really going to know until you move in and test stuff out.
I've got another one as well.
What?
I wish we said about our light switches.
Oh yeah.
All of our, well, I sound dramatic now, but our light switches, so next to the bathroom, so you've got this one, then the bathroom's there, 2 switches next to each other. The bathroom switch is on this side, and then the hallway switch is on this side. Yeah, it's just so confusing. The wiring is just all...
Yeah. It's a bit weird. So that is pretty much everything. I mean, we've pretty much covered all of our snagging list there, all of the problems that we faced. I know.
However, we love our house.
We absolutely love our house. And the process, even though we've come across these problems, like the process has still been amazing.
And I would still buy our next house when we get a bigger house. I would still buy from Taylor Wimpey.
Oh yeah,
I would still buy a new build from Taylor Wimpey.
In terms of 100%. Like value for money and also the quality of the build and like the extra little things you get, the options from Taylor Wimpey were far better than the other ones we looked at, and the customer service has been great the whole time. Yeah, that's it. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I hope you've taken something from it. If you've had any catastrophic problems or you know of any, let us know what they are in the comments.
Or if you've got other things that maybe people should watch out for, leave them in the comments, because I'm sure people will be watching this video.
Looking. If you've enjoyed this video, please drop a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to see more. I hate saying this because I feel like a plastic YouTuber, you know, they all say like, comment, subscribe. But if you have enjoyed, stick around and we'll see you in the next video.